I think the essential question now that I need to answer, because you're here, you're watching this video. Guess now I can say goodbye to my career in public office. Why do I smell so good? I look so flawless when I get a haircut. And the rest of the time I look like shit. How's it going, guys? It's Alex, your favorite host on LeaderorNot TV. I did this video in 2 takes. In one light shirt and one dark shirt. Because I want you to know I am multifaceted and I am multi-talented. Today we're gonna talk about a term that is used in the kink and fetish communities. What your parents warned you about in the media. And I just wanted to explain it because I've received a lot of messages from people. You know, DMs, YouTube comments, all sorts of stuff asking me, are you a gainer? And usually what I just answer is, what is a gainer? And I let them define it and then decide whether I fit into that category or not. At the end of the day, what is gainer? It's a label like so many other labels. I actually looked it up online. Yes! There was no YouTube video made about it. What is a gainer? Why is a gainer? I'm not going to procrastinate too much. I'm gonna jump right into it. Today I am here to explain that label, what it is, what it tends to mean, and what the implications are of that word. A gainer basically, essentially, is someone who derives gratification or pleasure from weight gain. Pretty simple, right? This weight gain can be in the form of muscle, can be in the form of fat, can be in the form of both. But a gainer is someone who derives a certain amount of pleasure, likes to gain weight, wants to gain weight, usually. Not always, sometimes they just kind of gain weight a little bit and then they just stay there and they maintain as a maintainer. It can be sexual, it can be not sexual, sometimes it's just personal goals. We can obviously get into more terminology. An encourager, for example, would encourage another person to gain weight because they derive satisfaction seeing someone gain weight, gain mass, get bigger, etc. And then you fall a little more into the feederism is the person who's going to derive pleasure from taking an active part in that person getting bigger. So usually it's sexual, but there's that too. The way the media likes to put it often, they tend to go for like the extremes, right? And they just show us like bam, 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 bam. You just fall into this community and they force you to gain weight.
Beware of the feeders and the gainer.
It's a cult, it's horrible. Like, no, that's not what happened. Consent is number 1. I think the essential question now that I need to answer, because you're here, you're watching this video. How do I know this? Would I consider myself a gainer? So I guess it's a question that I've been planning to answer for a long time. And the answer is yes, I'm a gainer. I have known for a long time. I've been really open about the fact that I've put on weight on purpose and that I like myself looking a little bit bigger. And the reason that I created this platform, the reason that I created LEANERORNOT was to give myself a medium to be able to come out about this on my own terms. So I was always conscious about the fact that, like, yes, in the future I would be, you know, a content creator of sorts. And I was very conscious about the fact or the risk that one day I would be outed. I didn't want to label it right away because I didn't want people to react in fear, like, I'm gonna Google it and now I'm gonna judge you. So I wanted to give the opportunity to people from the outside world who don't necessarily know who I am to, you know, get to know me as more than just, you know, a gainer. Because to me, it's just a part of me, right? It's just like a facet of me. I don't think it's a defining aspect necessarily. Like, yes, it will affect my life. But it was always kind of my fear that people would judge me without knowing me. That I would, you know, end up produced just to have like some oversimplified, like basic and sensationalized view of myself just put out to the world. Like, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to do with these vlogs and these interviews is really give real stories of real people that are, you know, not anchored in sensationalism, but anchored in reality. For example, when I interviewed Patrick, I could have easily went out and been like
28-year-old virgin
and just put it out there like that. Or I could have, when Rioma, you know, I could have focused on his like sexuality, but that wouldn't be an honest picture of who these people really are. And that's what I've been trying to do with this vlog. And that's what I've been trying to do, to just give an honest, like, view of who I am. I am a pre-millionaire. Believe you are rich, you will be rich. Ooh! The true facts of money. If you don't answer the collections agency's calls, they don't exist. You have no account in collections. Next up, prevalence. I would say that they're a lot more present than you would think. A lot. I've had many times when I would just be casually being me, not even just talking about weight gain or whatever, when people would actually bring up the topic. Or they tell me a story about this weird date they had, and I'd be like, hey, that's me! And I think the last thing that we need to address in terms of gaining is why. Why are people like this? How do we prevent it? I think that's the million-dollar question. Why are people a certain way? Why are people gay? Why are people into leather? Why am I so iconic? Why do I smell so good? It's cologne, but I won't tell you what brand.
Because they didn't pay me.
I should totally have brand partnerships. But I don't, because I'm not advertiser friendly. Some people can actually pinpoint the moment in their life when it just clicked. Others can't. Some people say it's at birth. I can only speak for myself. I just assume that at some point in my life, something just clicked and I never switched back. And that was it. I used to ask myself, why am I like this? But at this point, it just is. And I've just decided to live my life. I have a community to support me. I have friends who love me regardless of who I am or who I decide to be. And that's just that. You know, not everyone's going to accept me. Not everyone's going to accept gainers. But the best I can do for myself right now is to do my best to try to be me as authentically as possible in the hopes that one day, you know, being a gainer or being gay or being, you know, whatever, is no big deal. You know, other people can feel comfortable to live authentically as well, and we can live in a world where people aren't going to judge other people on things they just can't change. You know, some things just are. I see myself being a gainer as something that is more of a fun fact than a like defining characteristic of who I am. And that's what I hope, where I hope to bring it one day. But the fact is, I guess we're not there yet because people don't know what it is, people aren't used to it, and I'm really just trying to normalize it with this vlog. Just like, you know, okay, yes, I'm a gainer, but I'm also a singer. I have asthma, and you must wash your mouth after taking this medication. And I'm a Canadian. And there is water dribbling off my bed. And I love bubble tea. I look like a pineapple. I'm so many things. Why do I have to be one thing? Why do we need to oversimplify it? If you're just joining us today, feel free to click the subscribe button down below. I upload on a regular basis, or try to do so. Right now, I'm exploring the world of dating and what it is to be a gainer in the dating world. Do we get rejected? How do people tend to react to it? How do you put your best face forward? I just hope that this video has educated you on not necessarily why a person wants to feel a certain way, but the fact that it exists and that we're normal people just like you. People will be like,
ew, not like me, I'm not like you, I'm better than you.
Whatever, if that makes you feel better about yourself in your life, whatever, girl. But the fact is, we're in a beautiful world full of people of all colors and shapes and sizes, of sexualities and of opinions and of preferences. And the fact is, everyone's a little bit different. And that's the beauty of the world. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, check out my other content. It's always really appreciated. And yeah, definitely try not to judge someone. Try to understand the reality before you judge them. I know it's hard sometimes, but it's good to do that exercise. Not necessarily to assume that there are bad people, but to understand, you know, what their motivations are, why they are a certain way. It's a really good exercise in terms of empathy, in terms of just being a good human being. J'ai l'air d'un ananas. you guys want to support me in this journey, it's your opportunity to do so. If you like what I'm doing, you really want to say yes, keep doing it, and give me a little boost to keep going, check out my Patreon, created it recently. Obviously, I'm going to give you guys some like exclusive content. I'm going to feature your names if you want me to on my videos, in my descriptions. So it's your chance. Join the Coven of the Fat Agenda. We will show the world what it is to gain.